Hello Instagram, hello Facebook. Let's get cooking today. I'm going to get the recipe ideas, sugar-free, flour-free Facebook page. I'm going to get them up so then we can all cook together because it's more fun with friends. Oh, I'm looking at the page and I'm trying to look up this video. All right, let's get cooking. We're going to make some enchiladas, zucchini enchiladas. I have a cabbage enchilada recipe in my volume 3 cookbook, and then I have a zucchini recipe. I was looking it up and then I ran out of time. I want to say it's not in volume 4. I looked in volume 4. I want to say it's either in volume 5 or one of the earlier volumes, but I think it's in volume 5, the zucchini enchiladas. But the cabbage enchiladas, which is kind of the same thing, maybe just a little bit different ratios and things, that is in volume 3. Otherwise, we're going to be cooking out of Cooking with Joy. I think it's page, let's see, I have it bookmarked here, page 263. And then the enchilada sauce is page 311. Oh, Tina, look how cute you look. Well, thank you, Tina. I got this shirt. I designed it myself. Weight Loss Recipes Cookbook. Jesus Set Me Free, and it's got like mountains and trees, and then a little With Joy Natalie. You can find this shirt on my website, weightlossrecipescookbook.com. In the store page at the very bottom, it'll say find my merch or whatever, and you can find that shirt, this shirt there. The other stuff, probably a thrift store, you know. So we're going to start out. We're going to make the enchilada sauce first, because while that's simmering for about 15 minutes, then we will do the enchilada part. So I'm going to show you how to make this sugar-free, flour-free, of course, weighed and measured. And then it's my brother's birthday tomorrow, and he requested enchiladas, which he, like, tacos are life for him. He likes tacos so much. So I said, yes, I'll make enchiladas. And then I'm like, wait, I'm going to get all of you involved, and we're going to make enchiladas together. So I'm going to show you how to make it for the family, too, that I'm not going to measure theirs. Oh, I'll like measure theirs, but I'm not going to like weigh theirs because they don't do 3 meals a day weighed and no sugar, no flour. So I'll show you how to make it for the whole family and have yours weighed also. So we're going to start with the enchilada sauce, which we're going to go over to the stove. I'm going to bring my cookbook with me, and then I will turn you around and we'll start with that. I already have I browned some hamburger, and then I added taco seasoning to it. Taco seasonings from my volume 1 cookbook, or you could probably find a sugar-free taco seasoning if you can. I haven't been able to find one, so I just make my own. But that's in my volume 1 and Cooking with Joy also. So if you want your own taco seasoning, you'll need that. The recipe originally calls for taco chicken, but my guys like beef more, so I'm going to make them some beef enchiladas. So we're straying from the recipe just a little bit, just a couple changes. All right, so let's turn you around. Oh, Brenda, hi Brenda, thanks for watching. All right, so let me bring this and turn you around. Okay. Yeah, I'm a little stuck with this one. All right, I think we got it turned around. All right, so here's my stove. Make sure you don't fall over. Hi, Megan in Toronto. Thanks for joining. All right, so we're going to make our enchilada sauce. And I'm going to double this recipe because I'm making like 2 casseroles, one for us girls that's weighed and measured, and then the other for the guys, which is not weighed and measured. So I'm going to just double the enchilada sauce recipe. So it says to heat and lightly oil a pan. We're going to use a pot. And I'm going to lightly oil it with avocado oil. Just a little bit. You don't need much. This is just so the spices don't burn to the bottom. Why can't I get this open? Is this a child lock? Okay. Ooh, it's a new one. All right, I'm not going to open this big one. I think I have another one. Let me grab the smaller one first. Okay. So I guess I used up all my other avocado oil. Okay, so we are going to turn it on to about medium-high heat. Mine goes from numbers 1 to 8, or maybe it's 9. 1 to 9, so I'm going to do about 5 or 6. So about a medium-high heat. Just a little drizzle of avocado oil. If you don't have avocado oil, you can use other oils. Then I'm just going to tilt the pan just a little bit to get it even. I got to turn my computer on so I can get recipe ideas in here too. Okay. So while that's heating, we are going to mix our spices. So I'm going to grab a bowl. And I have all my spices here. So I'm going to double this recipe. So it says for 4 tablespoons of chili powder. So I'm going to do 8 tablespoons of chili powder. That's a lot of chili powder, but this is enchilada sauce, which is pretty much chili powder. All right, so we're going to do 8 tablespoons. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then we're going to do some sea salt, which is half a teaspoon. So I'm just going to eyeball it because I have like a grinder. So we're going to double that. So we're going to do 1 teaspoon. So I like things a little bit salty, so I'll probably just keep adding until I'm satisfied. It probably won't be a whole teaspoon because that's a lot of grinding. All right, that's good enough. Then I'm going to do a half a teaspoon of garlic powder. So again, I'm doubling this, so I'm going to do 1 teaspoon of garlic powder. That's 1. And then a 4th teaspoon of cumin. So doubling it would be a half teaspoon. Woo. Half teaspoon cumin. And then a 4th teaspoon oregano. Again, doubling it. So we'll do a half a teaspoon oregano. All right. There's all our spices in a big bowl. Should look like this, all your spices in there. And then I'm just going to mix it up before we add it to our avocado oil. That's getting nice and hot in here. One thing I've noticed about avocado oil is it kind of dulls the flavor of things. Where olive oil has a taste to it, and so does coconut oil, where avocado oil doesn't really have a taste, and it kind of makes everything else a lighter taste. It takes away some bite of things. Micah, I'm fairly new to all this. Could you show the cover of the cookbook? I sure can. Hi, Lois. Thanks for joining. If you didn't know, Lois is going to be, she is the admin of the Bright Lines newbie site, and she's going to be Zoom interviewed tonight, so you can get in on that. Just go to that Facebook site. Here's my cookbook. Now, this word's not in there anymore, so it's just Cooking with Joy. That's the cookbook now. Yeah, so we're making enchilada sauce, which is on page 311, or it's in another one of my cookbook volumes, because this is volumes 1 through 5. I'm not sure which volume. I know some of you probably know which volume. See the recipe site. They said something. Oh, it's Nicole. She said she loves the hat. Thank you, Nicole. I was having a weird hair day, so I'm like, hey, we're wearing a hat today. That's what hats are for, right? All right, so I have my avocado oil. It's nice and hot now. So I'm going to get a big spoon, and we're going to, we are going to mix spices and add to the heated pan. So we'll do that. So we added our spices, just kind of heat them up a little, get them mixed in with the avocado oil. Now I just did a tiny drizzle. You don't need much in this recipe of oil. So I don't count it as anything in the sauce. I just count the sauce as like a condiment because there's nothing in it that would count towards anything. Amanda, excited to be here. This is my day off. My day 4. Ah, so exciting. Day 4. Oh, I'm so excited for your journey to freedom. You're on day 4. Look at you. You're doing so good. Make some enchiladas on day 4. Celebrate, you know. Oh, hi from Serbia. Oh, so fun having you all the way from Serbia. Welcome to chilly, windy Minnesota today. It is windy. It's been windy the last couple days. I'm cool with the cold, but the wind could stop anytime and I would be very happy. Okay, so now we're going to add our vegetable stock or vegetable broth. Is there a difference of stock and broth? I don't know. I don't think so, but they are both about the same to me. So just vegetable stock or broth. And for one serving, it's 2 cups, so we're going to do 4 cups. But we're going to add it very slowly, and we're going to mix as we add it so that we don't get any chunks. So this is 1 cup. And you can use a little less, a little more, depending on how thick or how like liquidy you want your enchilada sauce to be. So we're just going to add just a little bit at a time and stir. Ooh, that is smelly. Smells good though. But I just got a big whiff of chili powder. Alright, so keep stirring. You don't want any big chunks. Alright, so that's 1 cup. And we are doubling the recipe, so we're going to do 4 cups. Susan, hello from Ottawa, Canada. Oh, thank you for joining. Hi, Natalie. Love your cookbooks. Got the Christmas, the holiday one, and it rocks. Yay! Nothing like holiday recipes for the holidays. Maureen, love your hat. Oh, thank you, Maureen. You guys are so sweet. Okay, so now if we did 1 cup, we want to do 4 cups. I saw a cool trick, so when you're pouring this, it doesn't glug, glug, glug. Instead of pouring it that way, you pour it this way. Then it just pours a little nicer. Isn't that nice? Alright, so this is 2 cups, and stir as you add it. I think after the first cup, you don't really have to stir that much because you pretty much got everything nice and mixed, and there's no like clumps. It's pretty watery. So I think I'm going to reduce this. Nope, I'm going to do 4 cups. I was thinking of doing just 3 cups, but we're going to stick with the recipe and do 4 cups. It might be a little bit too strong, just doing 3. Alright, so that's 3. So I ran out, so it's about 3.5, almost 4, which it doesn't have to be exact with the broth. So if you're a little bit low on it, that's okay. Instagram, so fun having you guys. Aloha, welcome from Hawaii, so fun. The islands, I bet it's beautiful and nice and warm there and sunny. The sun came out for just a thought today and then it went away. The wind blew it away. So I'll just have to enjoy the sun through you in Hawaii. All right, so we added all of our stuff. So we are going to reduce the heat to about a medium low, and we're going to let it simmer for 10 to 15 minutes. So I'm going to turn it down to about 2, which is pretty low. And I'm going to set the timer for 15 minutes, give it one more little stir. I might turn it up to about a 4, get it to get really hot and simmery because my broth was cold going in. I had it in the refrigerator. And then while that is simmering, I'll probably turn it down in about 2-3 minutes to just get it to simmer. We don't want like a roaring boil, just kind of a nice simmer. So I'm going to let that heat up. I'm going to turn you around and we're going to start on our enchilada part, or the casserole part of the enchilada. All right, so let's turn this around without dropping you. That is my goal. Okay. Debbie, hi from Australia. Welcome from Australia. And Pat, I ordered 2 cookbooks and I'm waiting for them. I can't wait. Oh, I'm so excited. It'll be like Christmas when it arrives. They should be arriving soon. Usually when I ship the books out, PayPal sends you an email giving you the tracking information and all that stuff so you can keep up to date with where your books are. So exciting. Okay, so this is where we are going to make this for, we're going to make this for the guys, not weighed and measured, and we're going to add some things that probably, I'm going to add rice, and I have these tortillas. I get them at Walmart, and you fry them. Usually we have some in the freezer raw, but I don't have any. I would have just put them in raw, but I had fried these up for the boys, and they're nice and thin, and they have like literally 3 ingredients. Not if you're eating sugar and flour free, so if this is scary for you, look away. But this is for the guys, not for me, because they don't have an issue with food. But this is what they look like. They're nice and thin. You fry them. My brother's doing the happy enchilada dance over there because he's so excited. So you fry them about 30 seconds each side, and it's literally just like salt, flour, and there's like one other ingredient. I want to say it's water. I'm not exactly sure. I threw the package away. But I get them just at Walmart. They're in the refrigerator section, like by the cheese. And for me, these are probably like the healthiest for my guys. But you could use cooked tortillas. You could use whatever tortillas you want if you're making this for your family too. So I'm going to use some of those. I only have 3, so I made some rice also. For the guys, it's kind of easier because I can just, I'm out of this, so I'll just throw this in instead. But for us, we have to get our vegetables in, and we got to get our food like measured and perfect. So let me grab my book so I get the recipe right. Now we're going to go to page, oops, that's not it. It was like page, here it is. Page 263. I have like papers in here that are my bookmarkers that I'm like, ooh, I like that recipe. Ooh, I'm going to make that recipe next. So it's a little messy. So I'm going to make this. So this says for 6 ounces vegetables, but I'm going to make this a whole dinner. Even though this is in the dinner recipe, then it says to side with more vegetables. I don't want to do that. I want to have all my vegetables in here. So we're going to start off with the girls, and then we'll make some of the guys also as we go. So I have just some zucchinis here. I bought these at the store. There's a joke that goes around in Minnesota. You can tell the person who doesn't have any friends when they buy zucchinis. But my thing now is you can tell people who eat sugar and flour free because they eat all their zucchinis and have to buy zucchinis. So that's what I have to do. Diane, hi, welcome. Thanks for joining. Marcy, your brother needs to join us. He does. I was trying to convince him. I'm like, John, you need to join me today. We'll make enchiladas. He's like, no. You'll just be dragging me around the recipe. And I'm like, oh, come on. It would have been fun. But he had a lot of things he has to get done. He does lawn care and snow removal and leaf cleanup, so this is a really busy season for him. So I thought, okay, I'll let you off this time. But I am going to get him on one of my videos. And I'm going to get my mom in here too, and probably my dad. I'm going to get every one of them in here cooking with me. So I'm just rinsing off my zucchinis because these are store-bought. I have just a bowl of vinegar, and I just put them in there, give them a little rub, and then I have a bowl of water here because chopping and eating a lot of vegetables, it's just kind of nice to just have it right there. You just dip, and you're good, and it's clean and sanitary. So I just have some white vinegar, and then just a bowl of water. Very fancy. But yes, I definitely have to get my brother in one of these videos. If you haven't seen the video of him making the mango bake, you got to go back and watch that. That is gold. That, if you need a good laugh, you need to go watch that. So in the recipe, it says to cut our zucchinis thin. I don't want to do that today because it's kind of a lot of work. And my mandolin, I don't know, I'm not very happy with it. My zucchinis get stuck in there. So I'm going to cut them this way. And it'll work. I'm just going to layer them in the bottom of my casserole dish. I have these big casserole dishes. Oh, these are microwave and oven safe. Didn't even know that. Corningware, it's about a 4-quart. But you can make this for yourself, just for one person, and you would not need a dish this big. I'm making this for 3 sugar-free, flour-free ladies, so I need a big one. Zucchini Enchilada, page 125, volume 2. Nicole, you're amazing. And Enchilada Sauce, page 143, also volume 2. Thank you, Nicole. Thank you so much. So if you don't have Cooking with Joy, you need volume 2, has the zucchini enchiladas. Volume 3 has the cabbage enchiladas. As you can tell, I really like Mexican food, and we really like enchiladas and that kind of stuff. Annette, where in Minnesota are you from? Definitely a sweater cardigan type of day here. It is so windy. So you know like the state of Minnesota where that little bump is? I'm about like right there, but a little bit farther away. I'm about 30 minutes from the North Dakota, South Dakota border. So I'm, let's see, that is west. I'm like Midwest Minnesota. But yes, it is very cold today and very windy. All right, so I'm going to get to chopping my zucchinis. I could just chat all day. You guys are so fun. So I'm going to do this recipe times 3. So I'm going to do, you can either figure out the math on how many pounds, how many ounces it would be, 14 times 3, or you can just, I'm going to put this big thing on my scale. I'm going to grab my scale here. I'm going to do 14 ounces, then I'm going to zero the scale, then I'm going to do another 14 ounces. Do that 3 times, and we're good. So I'm actually going to get a big bowl because I want to make nice, beautiful layers, but I don't want to put it in here yet because I want all my stuff weighed. Then I can make the beautiful layers as I go. So I'm going to grab a big old bowl and my scale. I'm going to turn my scale on. Now, this scale does not like to be turned on with something really heavy on it, so I have to usually turn it on, then zero it. So I'm going to do one set of 14 ounces. So when you're working with raw vegetables, they do shrink. So I'm actually going to do 15 ounces for each different one. So 15 ounces, then another 15 ounces, then another 15 ounces, because it will shrink in the cooking process since I have raw vegetables. And you can't really put the whole casserole and then weigh it all because you don't know how much the casserole dish weighs. You probably could figure out a really cool way to figure that out, but I'm just going to add 1 ounce extra for each serving. Okay, so 15. Take this. There we go. 15 exactly. So that's 1 serving, so I'm going to do it 2 more times. I'm going to stir my enchilada sauce, probably turn it down to low if it's got a nice simmer. I'm not going to turn it down because it's not like a roaring boil. It's just a nice simmer. So I'm just going to give it a stir. Now I'm going to leave it there. It's cooking really nicely. It doesn't look like it's burning. There's no like really big bubbles. So I'm going to leave it at, I have it about 4. So it's a little bit higher than low, a little bit lower than medium. All right, so we're going to do our second round of 14 ounces. We're going to just set that one to the side. I'll wash that off later. They say if you're cooking with love, that just means that you lick the spoon and keep using it. Don't tell people that. No, I'm just kidding. Don't do that. If you're cooking for family, it's a little different. But still, we like to be sanitary. Alright, so we almost have our new zucchini cut. Oh, this is the one I'm going to wash. See, I have you guys. I'm on tape. Like, I'm filming. I have witnesses. You can't just drop things and be like, nobody saw that. Come on, you know you all do it. Everybody's done that before. Oh, it was this one that I dropped. Okay. Well, I pre-washed another one just in case. Okay, so we're at 12 ounces. We need to get to 14. 12, 13, so we're going to get to 15 actually. 15 on the nose. So this next one I'm going to do because I want about 3 ounces of peppers and onions for us girls because the recipe calls for 1 ounce total. So I'm going to do 3 ounces total because I'm multiplying it times 3. So I'm going to get another bowl. And another one because I want the guys to have some peppers and onions too, but no zucchinis for them, just peppers and onions. So that's going to be their bowl. Can you ever have too much counter space? I don't think so. And I pre-diced the onions this time so I won't be sobbing in front of you guys. We're going to wash off our peppers. Going to get everything nice and chopped. I have found, I saw somebody else do that if you cut your peppers upside down, then this nice core thing just comes right out. So I'll show you again. I'll show you up close. because it's kind of cool and I kind of like doing it. It makes me feel like a chef. It makes me feel very fancy. So you see the pepper, instead of cutting it this way, I'm going to cut it this way. So I take you take one of the little bumps and you just cut down the center. And look at that. You miss all the white vein stuff. And then I'm going to do it one more time. And then this one, I'm just going to cut off the white stuff, cut down the side, and then just cut around the green at the bottom, because you don't want any of the green, but you want all the red. And look at that. You get a nice pepper slice, and you can feel fancy while you're cutting your vegetables, which is a win-win. All right, so I'm just going to dice these. They can be pretty big. They don't have to be very small pieces because they're going to get cooked anyways, and they're still going to be yummy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do 3 ounces total of peppers and onions in this bowl. Ooh, that came out fast. All right, so I'm going to do more than 3 ounces. I'm going to do, let me grab my onions and see how much that makes. I had my onions over here so I wouldn't cry. All right, so I'm going to add just like a handful of onions, and we'll see how much this weighs. 7, we'll do 8 ounces. So then we'll do 9, because that will be that 1 extra ounce for shrinking. So 8.5, 8.8, and 9. Okay. So we have 8, because I took one away because we're doing that 1 extra ounce. So 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So we get to do 6 more ounces of zucchini. So we're going to zero the scale. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Yeah, 6 more ounces. Amazon just delivered my veggie sheet. I got to say that really slow. Veggie sheet slicer for your zucchini lasagna. Yay, Nicole! You can make zucchini enchiladas with that slicer. That is so fun. I've seen that, like, advertise that slicer. It cuts it like this way, which is kind of cool. So instead of making like zoodles, it would make you like this long sheet of zucchini or other things. I gotta look at Christmas version. That would be the holiday volume. Kelly, if you didn't see your comment, it's from Cookbook, Cooking with Joy, available on her website, weightlossrecipes.com. Good job, Kelly. And barnesandnoble.com. Good job, Kelly. She's my sister. She's in the other room. Yes, she got the holiday volume. So what the holiday volume is, I went through volumes 1 through 8, and I took all the holiday recipes, and I picked them and chose them, everything that like felt holiday. Not just Christmas and Thanksgiving, but like Valentine's or like Easter or those kind of things. Anything that kind of felt like a holiday in your mouth. I put them in one cookbook. It's over 100 holiday recipes, over 100. That's called the holiday volume. You can find that on my website, weightlossrecipescookbook.com, and barnesandnoble.com. Not in stores. It might be in stores. I'm not exactly sure how that works, but for sure it's online. So we need just 6 more ounces more of zucchini. I dropped another one on the floor. Okay, so I'm going to take the enchilada sauce off the burner, and we'll just let it sit there. I'm just going to turn it off. Now, the enchilada sauce, I had somebody message me, and they're like, how do I get my enchilada sauce nice and thick? It doesn't get thick. It's a pretty runny sauce, but I think that's usually how enchilada sauce is. I've never bought in store-bought enchilada sauce. I've only made my own. So, maybe one of you knows, like, what the consistency is. If you want it thicker, you could try adding a little bit of arrowroot. That is really hard to say. Arrowroot powder. That is, like, compliant. You can have that powder. Cornstarch is not. That does things like sugar and flour does. But arrowroot powder is okay. Okay, so we have our 6 ounces. Okay, so we have all of our vegetables for the girls. Now I'm going to chop off the rest of these peppers for the guys, because they need peppers too in theirs. That's like the best part. I know you can buy like bags of frozen peppers and onions. I did that one time. Those are pretty good. Then you don't have to do any chopping. It's just very easy. It's just all right there. Wash this one off. All right, then we can start putting this together. Ooh, I'm going to go turn my oven on. I'm going to preheat it to 375. And I can fit both casserole dishes in my oven on one level. If you're going to put it on two different levels, you probably will want a convection oven then, because then it'll do more of an even cook. So I'm going to turn it on to 375, preheat my oven. Get that warming up while we chop some of these vegetables. So we can put our enchiladas together. Okay, so I'm going to throw these in a bowl. I might add a couple slices of zucchini to the guys' enchiladas because, I don't know, zucchini's just so good. Then I'll just finish off this one. I know the guys like zucchini, so really you can put a lot of stuff in a casserole type dish and they won't even know it's in there. So if you want your kids to eat their vegetables, hide some zucchini in there. They won't even know. Unless you have like a super, super picky eater. They might know. But you just tell them, no, that's cheese. Not vegetables. Not at all. Okay. So we have all our stuff diced. I'm going to move this out of the way. So I'm going to start with the guys' casserole. I'm going to start with actually both right away here. I'm going to put one on my scale. Let's put this one on the scale. I need a bigger kitchen. But then we'd probably just have more stuff on the counters. You know how that goes. Bigger the kitchen, then the more stuff to store stuff. Okay, so we sliced our zucchini. So I'm going to just lightly spray both of these dishes with some olive oil because I don't want anything to burn to the bottom, especially the guys, because I'm going to do their tortillas first. All right. So I'm going to take their 3 tortillas and I'm going to just lay them in the bottom of this dish. Now, if I did have the raw tortillas, I would not have cooked them. They would have been just raw. But having them cooked is fine. I've never had the guys complain either way. They like it both ways. Okay, so I have a nice layer of that. For the girls, I'm going to take about 1/3 of this and I'm going to just layer this almost like a ratatouille, but more flat. Because I think ratatouille, you put it like upright, all these different vegetables. But I'm going to start on the outside and spiral my way to the inside till I get one nice layer. Oh, it's a little slippery because of the olive oil. Because you want this to pretty much cover the bottom. So I'll kind of show you what it looks like. Can you guys see that? That's what it kind of looks like. All of them nice and in there. Then it says, layer in an oven-safe dish zucchini and half of your cheese. So I'm going to make this a 3-layer like lasagna enchilada. So since I'm multiplying this times 3, I'm going to do 2 ounces of cheese, which is half my protein and my full fat for 1 serving. So I'm going to 0 the scale. We're going to do 2 ounces cheese. So this is a very cheesy. All right, so we got 2 ounces. Then I'm going to do just a small handful, about the same size as what I did there for the guys. Put some of that in there. Spread it out nice. Sylvia, I have Cooking with Joy. I don't recall the holiday version though. Yes, so the holiday version would have more recipes than Cooking with Joy. Let me grab one. I'll grab one for you and then I'll show you what it looks like. this is the holiday volume. This is what it looks like. Let me show Instagram, then show Facebook. And then the back, it has over 100 recipes from my volumes 1 through 8 in one book. So it's like the same size as Cooking with Joy, which I kind of like because then you hold it and it stays open. I have like eggnog in here, which would count as towards your meal. I have like an apple pie. I have tons of recipes, soup recipes, chili recipes, sauces, eggnog, whipped cream. You can make your own whipped cream. It's just pretty much heavy whipping cream, which is fine. That is definitely sugar-free, flour-free. Sylvia, you're a doll, and I love everything you make. Oh, Sylvia, you're so sweet. So yes, this is the holiday volume. You can find it on my website, Weight Loss Recipes Cookbook. You can find like the recipe index and some pictures of this and some more stuff. You can find a lot of free stuff on my website. All right, let me put this to the side. So yeah, that's on my website. Okay, so we did one layer. So now we need to add some of our onions and peppers. So I'm just going to I just have my bowl full of onions and peppers that are weighed. So if you were making this for one, you could have just made one nice layer and then just kind of put everything in. Or if you want to do 2 layers, do 2 layers. Sylvia, you're adorable. Thank you so much. You're welcome, Sylvia. You are so sweet. All right, so I'm going to do just about 1/3 of my onions and peppers. Just kind of toss them in there. Kind of evenly. I don't want all my peppers in one spot, and I don't want a big old hunk of onions in one spot. Alright, so that's about 1/3, maybe one more little chunk of onion. And then the guys, I'm going to add some zucchinis, just a couple, and then a little bit of peppers. And then I made them rice because, again, like I said, I ran out of tortillas. So I'm going to add a little bit of rice, and we're going to make some nice, beautiful layers with that. So let me grab the rice. I have like a rice maker, so I don't make it on the stove. I just put the rice in there. It's about 2 cups rice and 4 cups water that I did. So if there is left over, then I could have some for breakfast. You know, save some rice for breakfast. It's kind of fun to mix up your morning grain. Or if you're on maintenance, save some for lunch. So I'm going to do just a couple. This is just white rice. You could do quinoa. You could tortillas more, or if you want to do like potatoes for them. Alright, so I want a nice decent layer of rice. You could throw in some beans if you want to throw in some beans. Alright, I'm going to set this to the side. Connie, do all of your cookbooks have pictures of what you are making? They absolutely do. Every single page in my cookbook, I'll show you. So this is Cooking with Joy. Here's all my bookmarkers. Every single recipe has a picture because I have eaten every single recipe and I took a picture. So you kind of know these are all tested and true. It's not just like, oh, I'm thinking of this recipe, I'll put it in a book and I never tried it. No, I've tried every single recipe, and every single recipe, okay, except for Volume 1. Volume 1 has 2 recipes that don't have a picture. It's the balsamic vinaigrette, does not have a picture, and then the, what is it called, tartar sauce. Those 2 recipes don't have a picture, but every other single recipe in my cookbook has a picture. So you can kind of see what you're going to eat before you make it. I like to see that. If I'm ever like at a restaurant and looking at a menu, I like to eat it with my eyes first. Be like, what is this? I need to see this first. Alright, so I forgot I added some onions to the boys also. Then we're going to add some of our taco. It's supposed to be chicken, but I have some taco beef that I browned, so I'm going to bring that over also. I'm going to bring that. I browned it just a couple minutes ago. Oh, it's not too hot. And this is with my taco seasoning from Volume 1. And then it's just about, I want to say I did 4 pounds of hamburger because this is for 2 meals. We're having enchiladas one meal and then taco salads like the next day or tonight, whichever one comes first. I haven't discussed it with the family what they want to have first. If Do you guys want to have enchiladas or have big taco salad? So the guys will probably have enchiladas for 2 nights because usually their casseroles are huge. Okay, so I'm going to just sprinkle a nice layer of meat for the guys. And they are men, so I'm going to give them quite a bit amount of meat. But we are going to make another layer, so not too much. Then for the girls, I'm going to do 2 ounces of beef because I'm multiplying this recipe times 3, and it calls for 1 serving, you do 2 ounces. So I'm going to do 2 ounces for 3 layers. And that's how I'm going to kind of multiply this recipe for 3. So we're going to, I'm going to pick this up. We're going to do 2 ounces of meat. 1 and 2. Okay. Then we are, do we add the enchilada sauce? No. Now we're going to do another layer of everything. We're going to layer another of our zucchini. Just get a nice layer again. This I'm not weighing because I already weighed all my vegetables. So they're pre-weighed, which is kind of nice. So that there's just a couple different ways you can make casserole type dishes. You can weigh everything before you put it in your casserole, or you can weigh it as you put it in. So it's up to you, whichever you like to do better. All right, then we're going to add some more peppers and onions. Another yummy layer. About a third. Again, I'm going to add just a little bit more of the onions because they're so yummy in this layer. Then the guys, I'm going to do another layer of zucchinis because I have some left over. Ooh, my oven is nice and preheated, so I'm going to add half more of the peppers, some more onions, break this up. Can't have a big old hunk of onion. Then I'm going to add some more rice for them. I'm going to grab another spoon because I don't want all my rice to get meat all over it. Tweeka. That is such a cool name. What cookbook is she using? I am using my Cooking with Joy. You can find this cookbook on my website, weightlossrecipescookbook.com. It is sugar-free, flour-free, weight loss cookbook. So you get to eat enchiladas and lose weight. Win-win. Isn't that the best? Patty. Connie Myers, yes. Whatever she said, it's a yes from my Aunt Patty. All right, so the guys are going to do another layer of rice. My rice got a little sticky because it was sitting there a little bit. So I'm just going to kind of break it up. You don't want too much rice. Just keep adding. Okay. Then we're going to do another 2 ounces of cheese for the girls. Scale's at 0, so just sprinkle some cheese. 1 and 2. All right, then we're going to add a nice handful of cheese for the guys. All right, then we're going to do some more meat. We're going to do 2 ounces meat. For the guys, I'm just going to add about, 3-4 spoonfuls. Just a nice layer. Okay, my scale's at 0. You got to double check because I've done it before where I added it and then like, oh man, I forgot to 0 the scale. It's easy to do. 7, 8, 2 ounces. All right, so now we're going to do one more layer. We're going to finish off the zucchini, so this will be a little bit thicker layer of zucchinis. Can we please see the boys' enchiladas? Yes, you can. Let me do this nice layer, and then I will show you the guys. I know, I wish Like I could have a camera that would switch camera views that you'd be like, ooh, like the cooking shows where you get the top view and you get to see everything. But when you go live, don't really have that option. And I have found I've tried recording not live, and I didn't like it. I like cooking with you guys so much better. It's so fun. Cooking in my kitchen with you guys is the best. It's like my highlight of the week. I get so excited just to be with my friends. Alright, so I'm just going to keep adding these till we run out. Then I'm going to add the rest of my onions and peppers. Alright, we finished off our vegetables. Alright, I will show you the guys. This is what the guys looks like. So there's rice and peppers and zucchinis and onions, and these are the tortillas on the bottom. So I'm going to add the rest of their peppers, and I might add maybe a spoonful more of rice. Do like a half layer for them. I gotta kind of break my rice up. It got kind of chunky. Do maybe like one more layer-ish. And again, you could add some beans to this if you want some beans in the like the guys or the family's casserole. I'm gonna add some more onions for the guys because they like onions. And now we're going to finish off with our last layer of cheese and beef. So 0 the scale. So we're going to do the last 2 ounces of cheese. 8, 9, 2. All right, and then we're going to do a nice, I'm going to do a little bit bigger handful for this top layer for the guys, so then it gets a nice cheesy, crusty, because who doesn't like cheese? Okay. And then we're going to add our beef. Another couple spoonfuls for the guys. And I might just kind of squish it down just a little bit so it's not so like rounded like a mountain. So I might add one more spoonful of meat. And then I might add another sprinkle of cheese for the guys. That looks delicious, doesn't it? I've never had them complain about my cooking yet, so when in doubt, you just kind of make the same thing because we get to eat really yummy food, but then I'll just add like potatoes, or like last night us girls had some spaghetti squash with some cheese and that kind of stuff, and then I made the guys noodles, and then they had theirs, I made theirs. They had some leftover taco meat. Their tacos is like their favorite, so they have tacos a lot. But I had some leftover taco meat, and then they had that on top with some like spaghetti sauce. I kind of put that in a saucepan and just let it simmer to get all the nice taco juices in there. And then they had that on top of noodles. So I mean, we had pretty much the same thing, maybe just a little bit different. So you're not like cooking 2 whole separate meals. So it's kind of the same thing. All right, so now this is where we make it the enchilada-ness. So I'm not even going to weigh this part. It says in the recipe to use like 1 to 2 ounces enchilada sauce, but I'm just going to kind of do some big spoonfuls on top. This one, the guys, I'm especially going to use more because the rice will really soak that in. So I'm going to grab my enchilada sauce here. So I'll show you this. So it does stay pretty like runny, but it will kind of thicken up as it kind of soaks into all the layers of the vegetables and the cheese and the meat. The zucchini can tend to be just a little bit runny, but I kind of like that. It's kind of like more of like a soup type enchilada. And then you just kind of split up the juices on the bottom between all the girls. It's really yummy. So we're just going to spoon our enchilada sauce on top. Just kind of get everything nice and coated. If you want to make this like spicy enchilada, you could add just a little bit of cayenne pepper, but the girls don't like spicy. My brother likes spicy, so he'll probably on top of his You'll probably put hot sauce and chili pepper and all that good spicy stuff. So I'm going to keep going just till I kind of feel like everything's coated. Maybe one more spoonful. And I think that's good. And then the guys, I'm going to just like pour theirs on. Because it's going to get all soaked into the rice and the meat and the cheese and the vegetables. I'm probably going to use up just this whole thing. And I might do a little bit more for us girls. Ooh, the bottom gets nice and thick. You get all the nice, yummy chili powder in the bottom. Okay. And I'm just going to kind of, because all the chili powder kind of got to the bottom. Maybe I should have stirred it just a little bit more as it was cooking. But it'll still taste good because it's all going to go to the same place. All right. So I'm going to put this in the sink. How often do you cook for multiple adults? So nice of you. They sound spoiled. They're very spoiled. And thank you for pointing that out. I need to be appreciated more often. No, so usually, let me throw these in the oven really quick, and then we'll talk about that. So I'm going to cover these, and we're going to bake them for 40 to 50 minutes. I have my oven at 375, so I'm going to throw these in, and then we'll talk about baking for multiple people. Move this rack. And then throw this one in too. Alright. So I'm going to set it to 40 minutes and we'll let that cook. So usually in our household we are 5 adults. Us 3 kids still all live at home, which really is kind of nice because why spend money on rent when we're all probably going to be here anyways? We all kind of have our own businesses, kind of home businesses type thing. So none of us are married. So what we do is breakfast and lunch, everybody's on their own. You all make your own breakfast and lunch. And then usually dinner, let me grab it, I'll show you. Usually dinner, we'll make a weekly menu, and that's like the one time a day where we really all come together and eat pretty much the same. I mean, there's times where some of us are gone, we're gone at like Bible studies or we're gone at things, and then we'll just eat whenever we're around. So I'll make like a weekly menu about, so then we kind of know how to grocery shop. What kind of stuff should we get this week? Because when we first started eating this way, we're like, what do we do? We just had so much stuff in our fridge, then it would go rotten because we didn't know what we were eating. And we were cooking every day, and it was getting really old, and I'm like, I cannot cook one more day. It just became so much. So we decided that we're going to cook one meal like this, and then that'll last 2 days. So this one for us would only last 1 day because I have other plans the rest of the week. So like Monday, Sunday we had tacos. So we had leftover taco meat, enough for the guys. And then us girls, I made some grilled chicken, and then we had chicken or tacos, whichever one. I think my sister had like half and half, whatever she wanted to do with her meal. So I mean, it's kind of like an outline, and then everybody just kind of makes it their own. And then Tuesday we had leftovers of that. Then Wednesday, we had some spaghetti squash, and then we had like stuff on top. And then I knew today I was going to make enchiladas. And I have enough taco meat left over that we're going to have like big taco salads tomorrow. The guys will probably have leftover enchiladas because they usually don't eat that whole big casserole dish for 2. So usually dinner, we all kind of come together and cook, or we all kind of have just a meal together. So usually I'll make like the guys potato fries if we have burgers, and us girls will have roasted vegetables. So that's just kind of the time we all come together. Then breakfast and lunch, you're on your own, unless somebody wants to be like, hey, I'm going to make this. Do you want one too? And then sometimes, not usually, like that one post, Kelly came up and she's like, I'm going to make some chickpea blondies. You want one? And I'm like, do I want one? Of course I do. She did. She made me it. It was so yummy too. It's kind of fun. And then yesterday, I'm like, because she was home, I'm like, ooh, maybe she'll make me another lunch. She made herself chickpea bombs where it's like bananas inside this chickpea and then you fry it up. I just didn't even offer me any, but that's okay because I had planned a big salad, so I had that instead. But it's just kind of fun just to see what are they making today. She had made it from my cookbook, so it's really fun to see other people put your things together. So while that's cooking, if you guys got in on the giveaway, getting entered in, I literally put your name in a hat. I went old school. I know some people do it online. They'll do like random person picker. And I'm like, no, I have a hat. I'm going to put it in. I'm not going to do this hat because I'm not taking this off. But I put your names in a hat. So what you are going to win if you entered into the free giveaway contest, I'll show you. I have a couple different options. So if you are the winner, you'll have to send me a private message, or I'll send you a private message, whichever one. Probably you send me one. That'll be easier. And you can win any one of these ORU t-shirts. Operation Underground Railroad. What they do is they are a task force, and they go in and they save children, and they have aftercare for children who are human sex trafficked. So they save these kids and then they help them afterwards. A lot of the guys that started this have adopted so many of those kids because they're like, you're just coming home with me. I just love you so much. So I bought some of their stuff so I can share it with you guys. So here's one of them, and I brought different sizes. So you can PM me, private message me, and then I'll ask you probably your address. If you haven't bought a cookbook and I don't have it like in my archives or something, I can look you up. Then you'll have to send me your address and what t-shirt size you want, because I got a plethora of sizes. I didn't know. It's so hard. So even if it doesn't come in your size, maybe it'll be a goal shirt. You don't know. So this is one of them. It says, join the fight. And then on the back it says 2 million rescued. So this one is a small, but I have more sizes of this shirt. Annette, how do you get in the giveaways? I had posted on my website, no, not on my website, on my Facebook page. Okay. I can't wait for the new books I ordered today. Yay! I had put it, sorry, that was Instagram. I had posted on my Facebook page, on the recipe page, it said free give, or hooray, it's giveaway time or something like that. And then you can comment, take 3 people, something like that. But I will have more giveaways, and I'll announce after we do these giveaways what those will be. So I have that t-shirt. Then I have this one. It says force for good. Then on the back it says thousands of lives changed. So this is another one. Who doesn't like a nice black t-shirt? These are nice t-shirts. I'll show you what ones I have. Then I have this one. And again, I have these in different sizes, so if it's too big, too small, I have more sizes. This is slavery did not end with Lincoln, and then it's like an American flag, and it's camel colored. I have this one personally. I like this one. It's red. I had worn it on one of them. It's the same thing as the green, but in red. And then I have this one. I have this one also. It says, shine your light, and this is a V-neck. It does fit a little bit smaller than like a regular like unisex t-shirt. Yeah, so these are what you can win, and I'll be doing more giveaways because I bought a bunch of these because it's just so fun, and to spread awareness and just to kind of get people that this is happening in our country. This is happening like right in our backyards. It's really scary how much stuff is going on, but just to raise awareness and just make people more aware that we can save our kids, and this is a really great operation that they do. You can look them up, Operation Underground Railroad. Just Google it, and their website should come up. So I'm gonna pick 4 winners today because I'm like, oh, how many should I do? We're gonna do 4 because I love you guys. Okay, so I'm gonna just pick one. The first winner is Sugar Snap Teen on Instagram. You won a t-shirt, so you can win any of those. I will private message you. You can private message me, and then we will get your address. We'll get your t-shirt to you. Okay, that's one. Not gonna peek. Then we got Shawnee Boo 68 from Instagram. Also, you won a free t-shirt. Okay, we got 2 more. We're gonna do one. Here we go. Justina White, you have won a free t-shirt. Oh, my Instagram's going to go out, so I'm going to pick this last one really quick. Debbie Soros, you have won a free t-shirt, so you guys can private message me, or I'll private message you, and we will get your free t-shirt for you. Yay! Aren't giveaways fun? I just really like free stuff. I don't know. There's something about it. So fun. So you guys have won a free t-shirt. I'm going to restart the Instagram, and then I will show you how to get into the next free giveaway. Oh, I have to pick a cover. Good enough. Okay. So let me just share this to Instagram. Okay, so when I had posted, let me get it up again. Okay, there we go. Instagram only lets you go for an hour. I don't know why. And I don't even know how we've gone that long. Anyways, so the next giveaway, we are going to have a bake-off. So I had posted the mango bake recipe with the giveaway. I'll post it again, and then I'll probably post the instructions for the giveaway and all that stuff with it. So we're going to have a bake-off contest. So what you're going to do is you're going to make the mango bake. The recipe that I had posted, the mango bake, and then there's going to be giveaways, different prizes for different things. So what you're going to do is you're going to take a picture of your mango bake, make it as pretty as you can because it's just so fun. And then you're going to send that picture to me or post it on or just tag me in it because usually I see all your yummy recipes that you make. So you're going to make the mango bake, tag me in it, and then there's going to be winners for the most beautiful presentation. I'm going to have all of you guys vote. Then there's going to be winners for like the most creative. So try different fruits, try different toppings, just make it really creative, but stay within the lines of sugar-free, flour-free, 3 weighed meals. Make sure that the weights are all fine because that will be part of the scoring also, is if you stayed within the boundaries of like the weights and stuff for the recipe. So you can't be going, oh, well, I added 5 ounces of yogurt to make it prettier. No, you have to stay within the boundaries. Those are the rules. And then there's going to be like runner-up. There's going to be, I don't know, just different things. Once we see it, we'll kind of know more. So you'll be scored on those things. So you guys get cooking. Make those. Make it as beautiful as you can. If it turns out ugly, maybe there'll be like a prize for the ugliest but tastes good. You know, you can't really go wrong with fruit and mango. But yeah, try different fruits. Try it vegan. Try it all different kinds. Because we're going to have a bake-off, and then we'll have more t-shirt giveaways. Because I have some more t-shirts I want to get to you guys. And then we'll see what the next giveaway is. So our enchiladas are still cooking. They're going to be in there for another, how long? 29 minutes. So I don't think we're going to wait that long. Because are we going to stand here for 29 minutes while we wait for that? Or let me take it out and I'll show you, because it's probably going to look like this when it's about done anyways. It should get like a nice, let me show you the picture here. It should have a nice golden brown top. Or maybe we should make something else while we're waiting. So this is what it should look like. I'll show Facebook. So here's putting it together. Here's it cooked. And here's it on a plate. Show Instagram. So that's what it should look like. While we're waiting, let's make some breakfast. You know, we're going to make a beautiful parfait. We're just going to put something together. Let's go with, let's see. Maybe we'll find a nice parfait in here. Or maybe one that I've made recently. What should we make? Because we got 20 whole minutes. Should we make a parfait? Should we make, I've been kind of wanting a yogurt bark. Should we make a yogurt bark? I had made, did I post that one? Let's make a blueberry overload yogurt bark, where it's just yummy blueberries and bananas. That's what we're going to do. We're going to make a yogurt bark while we're waiting, because I can't just leave you hanging with the enchiladas. You got to see the end result. Okay, we're going to do this. Let me put my menu away. This is going to be fun. So let's use these. We're going to make it in my popsicle molds. I got these like 25 cents in clearance at Walmart. They're great. I know some of you have found them online. They're a little bit harder plastic. I know they make like silicone ones. I don't have any of those. I just have these ones. We're going to put this to the side. Let me grab a napkin. I have enchilada sauce everywhere. Guys, I was going to leave you hanging, but you guys got to see the end result. All right, so we're going to get a bowl. I'm out of bowls. And those aren't even clean. Okay, we are out of bowls. That's how much we cook around here. When you have 5 adults and you eat sugar-free, flour-free, you use a lot of bowls. Okay, this will work. I'll just use a container or a Tupperware. So we're going to add this. I'm going to grab my blueberries and yogurt. I don't know, I got to find the little pink things to use. I think they got just thrown in a drawer. Here's one. We gotta have the handles. Here's 2. Don't judge me on this messy drawer. You can only be so organized. Okay, so I found all 3, so we don't need the cactus one. Alright, so we're just going to make this up as we go. This is kind of what I do in the kitchen. It is so fun. My sister, she is a novelist, and she had looked up some quotes by some inspirational people, and one of them was Eric Liddell. Now, Eric Liddell, if you don't know him, he is the Chariots of Fire guy, where he would run. He was a missionary, and then he left that, and he started running, and he won all this stuff. You'll have to watch the movie. Anyways, he said, because his sister was trying to tell him, you need to quit this running and go be a missionary. And he told her that, he said, when I'm running, I feel God's pleasure when I run. And sometimes I feel like that in the kitchen. Like when I'm cooking and creating something, I'm like, this is so right. It's so fun. Harvetta, how can I eat kamut like you do rice? You can... So puff kamut, I will show you because we're actually going to use that. In this, I have some toasted oats left over. We'll use that and then some shredded wheat. But puff kamut would be considered like a cereal. So you would do 1 ounce dry. It's crunchy, so it's not like a rice. So I would use it more like with parfaits and then have that on top because it's very crunchy and it's very good. I really like puff kamut and you get a lot for 1 ounce. So it's kind of fun. But yeah. So it's not exactly like rice, but it does count the same as rice. Not in weight, but as like in the food category. It's considered a grain. So you would get 1 ounce total of puff kamut for your morning grain. Unless you're on maintenance, then you would get, then you could have that for lunch, depending on what you pick. Every maintenance is so different. But you would have that as your morning grain. This is the whole grain. Oh, not puffed. Kamut. Oh, well then, would you just use it the same as rice? I mean, I don't know how to cook it. I've never had just like kamut, but I know it's the whole form. I would guess you would do it just like rice, where you get 4 ounce cooked, and then I would just use it just like you would rice. Or maybe even use it like you would oats, depending on what you're making it with. I've switched out, like I've made muffins, and instead of oats, I've used rice, and that tastes really yummy. So, but it's usually cooked rice when I put it like in a muffin recipe, because otherwise it'd be really hard and really crunchy and not very good. So yeah, I would cook it like you would rice maybe. I've never cooked it before. Google it. Maybe they would have cool ideas. I'm going to grab some yogurt. My favorite yogurt. I'm going to grab a new one. Okay. So, we're going to make this up. We're going to do a lot of blueberries. My friend Candace, she wrote Brilliant Brain Cookbook. She said that these are her favorite blueberries, and they were out of the normal organic blueberries that I get, so I got these. They're like little tiny blueberries, and they're so good. She was so right. My stepmom messed up and ordered the wrong thing. Oops. Yeah, so I would cook it like rice, and I bet that would be really good. It's probably going to be like... I'm thinking of kamut. Yeah, I bet that will be really yummy like a rice. You could make it like savory and have like an egg on top. You could make it sweet. That would be really fun. All right, so this is my favorite yogurt. It's the Aldi's whole milk yogurt. It is so thick and creamy, and it doesn't have, some people complain that they don't like yogurt because they don't like that really sour taste. This does not have that. I could probably eat this almost plain. It is my favorite. So I'm going to grab a banana because when in doubt, oh, I actually have an open banana from lunch. We'll use this up. So I'm going to do 2 ounces banana because I want this super blueberry. I might even skip the banana, but I like how it kind of gets like custardy when it's frozen. So 1.5. I'm going to leave it 1.5. I'm not going to do 2 ounces. I'll post the pics once I cook it. Yes, that would be so fun, Harvetta. Yes, post a picture when you cook it and let us all see what it looks like. I bet it'll be really yummy. All right, so I have 1.5. So I'm going to add blueberries until it reaches 3 ounces. 2.3. Let me show you these little blueberries. They are just the cutest little blueberries, and they're so fun having them so small. All right, so I'm going to grab a fork and a spoon and some salt. Because even in sweet recipes, you always want to add a pinch of salt because it brings out the sweetness of the fruit. So we're going to mash this banana. Nice and squished. This is fun, spontaneous recipe with you guys. All right, so now I'm going to add, I like to do 6 ounces Greek yogurt in with my yogurt barks because I really like yogurt. I missed it. What kind of blueberries are they? They are the Wyman's Wild Blueberries. They're GMO free, non-GMO, no sugar added. They're frozen, and they're just little tiny little baby blueberries. They're really fun. All right, so I'm going to add 6 ounces yogurt. 2, 3. Like, look at this yogurt. It's just so thick and creamy. Did I mention it's my favorite yogurt? That is way too much. We need just 6. Okay, so that's 6 ounces. So that's 3/4 of our protein. Oh, that's the same comment. I thought it was a new comment. It's not. Okay. So then let's add a splash of vanilla. Should we make this like blueberry lemon? Let's make this blueberry lemon poppy seed yogurt bar. Let's do that. I have some poppy seeds. I have some lemon extract. We're going to make this blueberry lemon. So fun. All right. So I'm going to add just like a dash, just a little bit of poppy seeds, just a couple drops of lemon extract. And then I'm going to grab my lemon juice. We're going to pour some of that in there. All right, I'm going to do, let's see what 1/2 ounce looks like. Yeah, we're going to do 1/2 ounce of lemon juice because we don't want it too watery because then when you freeze it, it gets like not custardy, but it'll be really hard. All right, so I'm going to mix this up. And we still have 1/2 protein left. So maybe we will do some walnuts or pecans. Which one's better? Which one should I use? Pecans or walnuts? Or how about both? You can never go wrong with both. Look at this. It's just beautiful. It's a beautiful color. It's super thick and like custardy. All right, so I'm going to pour this into my little popsicle molds. You can, if you don't have a popsicle mold, you can take a plate and put some wax paper down and then smudge your yogurt mixture on there. But then when it's done, then you kind of like break it up. But your fingers kind of freeze, but it's worth it because it tastes so good. But I'm going to do it in my little popsicle molds. All right, so we are going to divide this mixture into each. maybe, oh no, instead of the nuts, I'm going to mix my grain that I'm going to put on top. I'm going to mix that with some peanut butter. That's like my favorite thing. And I'm going to do, I have some leftover toasted oats, so I'm going to use that. And I'm not going to scrape this with a spatula because I'm going to mix my oats and stuff in this same bowl. And then it'll get kind of blueberry, lemony deliciousness. All right, so we only have 3 ounces of our fruit in here. So I'm going to just kind of mix this, smudge it around. All right, then we're going to put these little things in. And then I'm going to take some of the yogurt and put it on top. We don't want it to fall apart when we take it out. Kind of press it down, put the yogurt on top. Okay, then we're going to add the rest of our blueberries. So we're going to do 3 ounces blueberries. So I'm going to zero the scale. I'm going to get my hand nice and blue because I'm going to stick it in. They're clean. I just washed my hands. So we're going to do like 1 ounce in each one. Oops, I am dropping blueberries left and right. So we are at 1.8. Holy cannoli, we got a lot of blueberries. 2.7, 2.8, 2.9. Here we go. 3. Okay. So I'm going to wipe my hand off. All right, then I'm going to press these blueberries down into the yogurt because I don't want them to fall off when I take it out. And I kind of want my yogurt to be smushed around a little bit more. So it kind of spreads out into the whole mold. You could just mix all the blueberries in there. I don't know, I thought it'd be cool to put them on top. So you just kind of make it your own. Okay, so we have all our blueberries in there. So now I'm going to set this to the side. And we're going to take this and I'm going to grab my toasted oats. Annette, I'm so inspired by you. I'm watching while I'm trying to start dinner in the crock pot for everyone else. Woohoo! So watching you is keeping me motivated and not focused on their food. Good job. You don't need their food. Just think of the delicious dinner you get to have. Yeah, who needs their food when you can have zucchini enchiladas for lunch and for dinner? You could have it for lunch too if you wanted. Yeah, don't look at their food because when you constantly look at the negative or the, oh, I wish I could have that, instead of the positive that, look what delicious food I get to eat, that really keeps your mind off of, ooh, that looks so good, I'm so sad, to, woohoo, look at this yummy food I get to have. So it's kind of fun. You just change that instead of what I don't get to what I do get to have. Or I can't have that, or I do get to have this. So it's just a little flop. All right, so we're going to do 1 ounce total. Let's see how many oats I have in here. I toasted these just a couple days ago. All right, so that came to 0.6. So I need just a little bit more. So I'm going to grab some shredded wheat and peanut butter. Shredded wheat, peanut butter. You could use almond butter. You could use tahini. My favorite is peanut butter, though. To me, it tastes the best. So I'm going to crush some shredded wheat till I get 1 ounce. Crush. This is a good way to get anger and frustration out, too. Grr. Crush. 8, 9, and 10. Okay, or 1. It's not 10. It just looks like 10 because it's 1.0. All right, then, so we have 3/4 of our protein in this. So now we get 1/4 of a protein of peanut butter is 1/2 ounce. So I'm going to add 1/2 ounce of peanut butter. Now this is kind of the stuff on the bottom, so it's not the drizzliest, but that's okay. So I'm going to add 1/2 ounce because I'm going to smudge it into stuff anyways. Oops, a little bit too much. 0.6, no, I need 0.5. All right, there we go, 0.5. All right, so now I'm going to like really smush this all together. And it's okay if there's like a little bit of yogurt in here still, because that'll kind of just add to the flavor of the shredded stuff on top and help it stick together. So smush it all. So I have some toasted oats and I have shredded wheat. You could use just regular uncooked oats. That's fine on a yogurt bark. That's delicious too. And I think by the time we're done with this, our enchiladas will be done. Yay, they're gonna be so yummy. Nothing like birthday enchiladas. Who needs cake when you can have enchiladas? All right, so then I'm going to divide this mixture. I'm just gonna get in there with my hands. And I'm actually gonna like smush it around just a little bit more. Okay, I'm gonna set the spoon to the side. And then I'm going to divide this mixture onto each one, and I'm going to really press it in because my blueberries are kind of dividing it, so I'm thinking when I eat this, it's going to get pretty crumbly, so I kind of want the yogurt to come through and touch the shredded cereal, the oats and shredded wheat and stuff, just so it'll stick together. If you were doing this on a plate, you could definitely just sprinkle it all on and then gently press. We just created a new recipe together, guys. This is so fun. You got to see the recipe process. Usually, I think about this before I bake it or put it together. I think about, what should I have today? But this is kind of fun. Just in the moment. Let's make something while we wait. All right. Ooh, I'm so messy. All right, we want to get all our cereal kind of touching the yogurt, all pressed in, all of it off my fingers. Okay. So then I will stick this in my freezer overnight, and it'll be perfect in the morning. It just kind of pops out nice. All right, I'll show you this before I wash my hands off. This is what it looks like. Doesn't that just look delicious? So this is blueberry, lemon, poppy seed, deliciousness, yogurt bark. Put this over there. All right, so I'm going to rinse my hands off, wash my hands, and then I think our zucchini enchiladas and the guys' enchiladas are done. So I'm going to pull those out, and then I'll show you what it looks like. Okay. Oh my goodness, it smells so good. Oh, it's boiling. I can hear it. All right, so here's the sugar-free, flour-free. Now I'm going to put this back in the oven uncovered for about 10 more minutes. Ooh, this is hot. All right, I'm going to put it back in for about 10 minutes uncovered to let it really get the juices soaked in. All right. And then I'll show you the guys. This is the guys. So meaty, so yummy, and it's got a nice crust kind of on the top. Ooh, this is hot too. Put it back in. So I'm going to leave that uncovered, and I'm going to let that cook for about 10-15 minutes more. Then I'll check it with a fork, make sure the veggies are tender all the way through. You don't want any like really hard veggies. If it's still hard, then I'll probably cover it and bake it for about 10, 15, 20 minutes longer until they're nice and tender how I want them. I want them really soft, really nice. Same with the guys. I'll poke theirs with the fork, make sure there's nothing hard in there because I did put zucchinis in theirs. So that was the zucchini enchiladas. We did the giveaway. So, Justina White, Sugar Snap Team, and Debbie Soros, and Shawnee Boo 68. Send me a private message, or I'll try to look you up, see if I can find you, and send you a message for your free t-shirt. And then get working on your mango bake. Take a picture, take a couple pictures, you know, get the best picture, best angle, the good lighting, and then we'll have another giveaway and a contest, and we'll vote on that. Share the picture, tag me in it, or send me the picture in a private message, either or, whichever one you want to do, and get in on this mango bake-off. This will be so fun. I'm so excited to see your creativity on it. It can even be a picture you've taken before. If you made the mango bake from, was it last week or the week before? Not exactly sure. Whichever one it was. So send me a picture of that. It'll be really fun to see. Yeah, and get your baking, get your creative skills. They'll be for the most creative, the most beautiful, maybe the ugliest one. I don't know. So if it does turn out ugly, send a picture anyways. It's just fun to see it. It doesn't have to be perfect, and it does have to be within the weight loss lines of sugar-free, flour-free, weighed meals. No, don't add extras on top and be like, oh, well, I took that from lunch, or it's just to make it look beautiful. It has to be within the 6 ounces fruit, 1 ounce, or one grain, just one protein for your breakfast. So keep it within those boundaries because it's part of the rules. Okay, so get your baking, get to messaging me. I will get you your free t-shirts. Thank you guys for cooking with me today. And exciting news, I just finished, this is like step 1 of the process. I just finished putting all the recipes in volume 9. So volume 9 is like on the home stretch of getting done. So I have to like go through, re-edit it, and then have my editor edit it, and then have my publisher do it, and then write the like inspiration. But this is just like step 1 is done of volume 9. So that'll be coming soon. Then when we hit 10 volumes, then I'm planning on putting together a Cooking with Joy Part 2. So that'll be volumes 6 through 10 in one big book. So that'll be 2 big books. So that'll be really exciting. So those things are coming soon. Get your holiday volume. Do I still have it out here? I do. Because the holidays are coming up. So get your holiday volume. So then you'll know what to make for the holidays this year for the family, for yourself. Bring to an event. Bring a pumpkin pie. Bring a sugar-free pumpkin pie. See if they even notice. Don't tell them till after they try it. That's the fun part. Yeah, make some eggnog, make some pumpkin spice froyo, pumpkin cheesecake, pumpkin muffins, carrot cake, apple granola. There's lots of apple stuff in here. There's a stuffing recipe, a vegetable stuffing. So get your holiday volume. You can find all of these and this t-shirt on my website, weightlossrecipescookbook.com. All right. Thanks, guys, for watching. Thanks for cooking with me. I will see you next week. All right. Love you guys. With joy, Natalie.